Alright, what's up guys? Good morning. Sorry I came on a little late today. I was just trying to do a bit of research. Alright, a bit of research. Hit that like button, subscribe. I did not post in the chat. Give me 1 second. Alright, so all that fun stuff. Alright, sorry about that. Again, I was doing a little bit of work here. Alright, let's get right into it. Let me go boom, boom. Let's get this up. We're good here. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, so let me log into my account real quick. Alright, Coinbase. Alright, first thing is first. The very first thing. Monday, what did I start off with? We started off with yields. Has anybody looked at them? Has anybody looked at that spread between the 2s and 10s? Alright. This is, let me go to here. So, yields are pulling back. Alright. They're bouncing now, but they had a very nice pullback. So, keep an eye on that, because that's going to help us potentially get a bounce. Right? Yields are pulling back. And then look at the dollar. Alright? Look at the dollar pulling back. You know, that's going to help us. But chances are we're going to find a bit of support here. We'll see. Alright? I'm going to keep my eye on Bitcoin to see if we can try to get a little bounce here. If we go to a daily chart, let's go look at the daily chart real quick. By the way, that red line is the 50-day moving average. So this is a nice little double bottom pull to that previous high. Man, if we can break through 69.4, this would be a really nice trade, guys. This could be a really nice one. You know, I'm not certain on whether or not we're going to be able to do it or not. But we'll find out. So, what I'm looking at today, let's go take it to the charts. The markets are pretty easy. You know, the SPY and the Qs. The Qs have kind of got there. But watch that pivot low, or that consolidation low on the SPY and the Qs for your top end of the range. And then the bottom end, it's going to be like 520. And actually the Qs have a lot more room, which I'm looking to the right-hand side of the screen here. Well, they don't really have a lot more, but, you know, you're attempting to make yesterday's open resistance right now at 456. Let's just say yields start to climb again. Okay, if yields start to climb and we get that bounce, then look for the Qs to get down to 452, potentially back down to like 450, really. All right, there's a nice support level down here. Yeah, it's like 452. All right. So, Coinbase though, let's go take it to the charts. Coinbase has a nice double top from yesterday. Alright, there's a nice double top from yesterday on Coinbase. Let me do this. Sorry, I was going pretty quickly through the stream. And I saved everything, but we're going to come in with the gap up today. So we have a gap above us at like 245. $5 is not worth it to me on Coinbase. You guys know Coinbase can move $10, $12 on a dime. Right? If you just take a look here, it's good to understand what the average ATR is of that stock from high to low. 220, it closed at 240. That was a $20 move. So if we're talking about an up move with $5, I don't want to be a part of it, because that really is $5 is the volatility of Coinbase. So anyway, yeah, watch this double top from yesterday on Coinbase. You have a flat top resistance up here at 240. If we can pull back again off the bell, I would like to potentially try to take that long if it looks like it's going to hold up. You got to give it some room, which we could use yesterday's close in this red line here, that 50-day moving average, as a, you know, as a buyable dip. All right, but again, keep your eyes on Mara, Riot, more so Bitcoin. All right, Ethereum. All right, so that's one. All right, we have Meta, and I still need to log in. We got 5 minutes. Let me log in here real quick. Let me know how you guys are doing today. What are some of the names you guys are watching? I know Palantir, as usual, got a bid. All right, so look at this retest on Meta. Actually, this was a nice retest on Meta, and it tried to hold 470, 495, 475. It tried to hold it. It tried to reclaim this level. This is a major level here. If we bounce back into this level, I'm going to be honest with you. I will probably take the. I'm probably going to take this short, especially since the SPY, as well as the Qs are bouncing into resistance, right? The Meta is kind of ahead of the market right now. Let me make sure, because we have 5 minutes. I do not want to be screwing around with this market open. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this back. You guys can see that flat top, that flat bottom resistance right there. I don't know why. Again, guys, I'm sorry. I hate these charts. I honestly do. Sometimes, you know, because it just, at times it has a mind of its own. You know, it really does. Sometimes it'll work out great. And also what also I don't like about it is, like, when you get these, like, really big, like, gap downs and then big gap up, it makes it a little harder to see your charts. All right. Again, thank you guys for hitting that like button, subscribe. Let me know what it is that you guys are looking at. Post your questions below. Let's go. I mean, unless you guys are watching some other channel, that's cool. They ain't doing nothing for you. I'm going to be honest with you. They ain't doing nothing for you. Unless you want to trade futures and stuff, but that's boring. If you ask me, I'm just being honest. I mean, listen, making money is making money. You know, trading doesn't need to, it's not fun as long as you're making money. Boring is good, okay? But I just could not sit and trade futures all day long, or trade the overall indexes. If I had to, I would, but I don't have to. All right, so Meta, I'm still going to watch this because I feel like I've got my eye on it, and it should set us up for a trade. All right, now here's what I was talking about yesterday on this daily chart. You can see, if you guys can't see it, let me know. I'll go over here. We have some nice room, some nice downside, okay? If we can get this 475 entry, we have really nothing stopping us to get down to like 468 or so, down to this 20-day moving average, and or the 100-day, right? That support level is really, if you want me to be honest with you, from 460 to 465. So I am looking to try to, look, they're already taking this trade away, guys. We'll probably have to look for a bounce on this if you're going to trade it. They're already smacking it down. They're taking it away from us. Because if you look here, you have nothing stopping you to get back down to like 470, like 460, 467, 468. I'm sorry, 468. All right, well, we have 1 minute. Good luck today, guys. Bro. All right, let's throw up Coinbase. I'm watching Microsoft also. We're going to keep that on watch. See how it, like, just from looking at one chart to another. Why did that not save? Why did that not save? Come on, bro. You're fucking killing me, bro. Keep time zoomed in. Apply. Bada bing, bada boom. Damn. All right, guys. Good luck today. And look, looks like the SPY is going to try and reject. Keep your eyes, you guys have to keep your eyes on yields. Seriously, keep your eyes on yields. There we go. There's your pullback. Microsoft is another one that, look, we just broke that. We're squeaking below that level. So look, Microsoft also has room down to 420. Okay? Microsoft has room down to 420. You did crack 425 or it's like 423.75. All right, you have room down to 420. It has room down to 420. Me personally, I would like to get that like 426 short. Coinbase is just going to go. All right, so Coinbase will probably be, see, it already pulled back pre-market.
Tesla shares trading higher after report companies managing push to roll out advanced self-driving.
Exxon grinded higher. Tesla pushing into 180. Moderna pulling back. There was news about trying to get their stuff going again. That's what's really been giving it its rally. Watch NVIDIA up here. All right, watch NVIDIA up there. You know, I would watch. It's an area. It's like 1147, 1150 in that previous high. All right, Coinbase looks like it just went ahead and tried to fill that gap. Coinbase just got up to the gap and got a rejection there. The SPY could really, man, guys, I'm telling you guys, if we can get these yields to pull back, here's the thing. Look at the Qs, 3 minute. I want to make sure that they were the same. Moderna's pulling back too. See if it can bounce there. See if Moderna bounces here at 147. It may not. I cannot watch everything. Shit. Look, Microsoft is hurting there. Alright, Coinbase. Coinbase got up through the gap. Testing previous highs. Microsoft went down to 420. Wow. Yeah, they took that trade from us, guys. That sucks. You had to grab it yesterday. What's crazy is you guys notice, like, very last minute of the day is when when they've been moving Meta. That's insane, guys. I should have taken that swing trade. I should have just made it a swing trade. That's sad. Look at that, 475, and you're getting ready to get into 468. That's a huge move. Damn it. Well, they worked out if you would have taken them. Microsoft, you still have room, guys. If you get a bounce back. Alright, Microsoft's coming into the 20-day moving average here. You got some support down at 420. Palantir got a really nice gap up going here. This could be a really nice setup, guys. I may actually put on a swing trade on Palantir. Look at this daily setup down here at $20. 22, take profits into 22. You pull back into yesterday's close. 21 flat. And then look to take profits into 22. Yep, look for this pullback here. Oh, 2110. That's an even better area for Palantir. Anybody wanting to look to get long Palantir, you're at your area now. You're at that area now. And look for runs back into 2160 on Palantir. But yesterday's close is also a really good area. I just feel like from 2120 to 2110 is really your area right there. That's a whole support level right there, in my opinion. Right there. Oh my gosh. All right. Right there. That's a whole support area. As for Nestle CEO, he said, listen, 2140. They seem to, when you're on them, you have different nutritional needs, and therefore I'm just not sure, guys. I feel like muscle mass, he's got something for that. And so he did seem to indicate that their product portfolio will reflect those needs. It's just not a good look, guys. Look at the Qs selling off. Everything's selling off. It's just not a good look. All right, let me look at the S&Ps here because I want to make sure. Again, we were watching that level there. Come on, man. Dude, I have to click so many tabs, I have to remember where they are. See if we get some support here. I really hope we do. But if we don't, we don't. It's a nice retest of that low from last Thursday. You just tested it, broke it. I mean, you've went 10 points in what really one day. The Qs are just drilling, guys. The Qs are drilling. There it is. There's the bounce. I need to pull up. Looks like that is. Let's go to a 4-hour. What's up, Basic? Good morning, buddy. So we said we were watching this whole area. So the fact that we're even back inside this box, pullbacks to 4.5, it's still not good. It's just not good. Let's look at the 2-year. 2 years back up at 5%. So you know we're at a 0.5%. Here we go. Look, see if you get a rejection at 4.9, but. You know, honestly, guys, I don't know. I think we just sit here, to be honest. I know the market's going to get all up and out of arms about things, but you got low GDP. You're seeing the numbers still kind of hang out, trying to hang on to 220. And what it is really on these numbers from today, continuing claims. Okay, continuing claims, 4-week average is still rising. So that it's showing you they're staying unemployed. They're not finding jobs. Continuing claims, 179 versus a previous 1787. All right, right in line what was expected. But GDP, you know, so that's what I want to figure out. What does the market want to price in? All right, like, is this good? Like, whether, you know, it feels like we're no matter what, not for the most part, but we're on the back end of rates, and we know that, and we've priced that in. So I don't know how. I want to know how the market takes it, because it's like, we're not at a point where unemployment's rising too fast. GDP is just getting slamming. Like, the recession fear isn't quite there. So it's like you're getting a mixed bag, and that's what I feel like we got today, and how the market's perceiving it. Obviously, you add on earnings, you're seeing a lot of these names in retail. Some are doing okay, but others are not doing okay. We're going to get Alta. We're going to get Alta. That's a big one. That's going to show the younger consumer, and not even younger, but just like your middle eight, from younger to older. It's, you know, it'll be an important earnings. You have Dell coming up, so it's tough, and I feel like that's what the market's kind of just like. You know, we're not really at a good point, and we're also not at a bad point, right? Okay, what is this? Look at Meta, guys. Meta's drilling. I fucking knew it, bro. I fucking knew it. I sat here and watched it for 3 days. You gotta be kidding me, bro. They just took this trade. Like, they just can't let you get it up there at that resistance zone. They just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Like, that's about it. You're sitting at the 100-day. I would have to look for bounce backs. You can see that's a nice breakdown on an increase in volume. You know, let's see. What's a decent day? It was like $10, right? 461.50. Was that oh snap. It's a little bit bigger than normal. Okay. That's what she said. 461 to 474. It's like 12 bucks. All right, so if we get bounce backs, you could look for a bounce back. Let's see here. What is that? 66. I don't know if you get that type of move in it, but all right, let me see here. I'm looking at the overall markets. We're sitting here bouncing. I might go. I do, guys. I want to go for a long, but look at the Qs and watch for a rejection here. Watch for this rejection of pre-market lows. If we can reclaim pre-market lows, I would like to try for a bounce. I would. And is the Dow or IWM leading? I feel like one of them's got to, because the Qs are lagging. I can tell because of the SPY. I can tell. Like, the Qs were our leader all week and last week, and now that's kind of changing. And I want to know what and where is my leading indicator. Looks like the SPY's just, because I don't have anything. Dow pulling back, IWM at lows. Alright, whatever. Let's see here. Let's go back to Coinbase really quickly. You missed the camera. I'm sorry, bro. It just look, it's already freezing. The blue light's off. I'm sorry. I got all these screens here that, you know, I'll have to figure something out. It just keeps freezing, and I have all these screens here, and you know, it just takes it up. My bad. I'll have to, I gotta figure out what's called. I gotta wait. Maybe I gotta upload OBS, because OBS has been asking me to upload the new version, and I haven't done it, so I don't know if that's why the camera keeps freezing. I'm sorry, bro. Let's see here. Microsoft is bouncing. Maybe we look for that 424 rejection, but I wouldn't look to go short. I mean, you could, but you got to think, where are you going? You know, are you going to 424 to 420? Because you've already technically bounced in front of that 420 area. I think there's probably a no trade, honestly. NVIDIA is pulling back. Just kind of hanging out up at yesterday's highs. Come on. Let's see here. 1154. Man. That's frustrating, bro. That's so frustrating. It really is. You could probably look for 250 on Coinbase if you can clear Tuesday's high. Let me throw up a 5-minute chart here. I want to see what these markets are going to do. We don't have anything at like 10 or 12, do we? 8-week, 2-year, 15-year mortgage rate. No, we don't. We don't really have anything. We have some energy data, whatever you want to call it. Oh, we do. I mean, we have pending home sales, but you know, I don't know. Let's just let the market do what it. You know, we came in on a gap down, so and we've been gapping down. So I will say this, guys: the Qs did not hold that close above pre-market lows. Coinbase is pulling back to Tuesday's high. It looks like it's holding Tuesday's high, making progress to the upside. You got a lot of tails up there. You got some decent sell volume coming. Like, look at this. Why did this not hold? I'm really curious on why that did not hold. As far as my charts are concerned, it should just stay right there. All right, now I'm going to zoom it in. All right, I'm going to zoom it in. All right, and look at the 15-minute chart. Same thing. I know I pulled it out, but okay. It's just really high. Like I would like it. All right, so let's get us something here. Meta. Like, look at this daily chart. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that daily chart? I can't get jiggy with this shit. All right, the 100-day moving average is coming in to play here. Oh, we did break the 20-day. That's there. I might look for a long on Meta and look for a test back up to high a day. Let's watch this level here. All right. Watch that 20-day. Let me put up the 5-minute. I got to delete a lot of levels. I think I do. You know, our support really... So here we go. Look at this dotted line at 470. We should have room. We might be able to get down to... Man, that sucks. It's a big consolidation there. See, Meta's just gonna play around. I fucking hate this thing. I'd have to take this at like 472.50. That's what it'd have to give me. Outside of that, I can't. I'm not gonna mess with it. So I gotta find something else to trade. Let me put a mark there. I'm not gonna do that because it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no real reason to put one there. It would have to. Yeah. What is that? 472. It doesn't look too bad. It's an area. Let's see if it rejects it. How about that? Look, I'm gonna put a box right here. All right, at 472, and we'll do that up to like 473.65. And we'll see if this can reject. We'll see if we get that rejection up there.
FFIE, Faraday Future shares getting some heavy volume now. Up about 30.
AMD had a nice lift today as well. I'm looking at the top left. I want to look at. Let's see here. Did it sell off? Oh man, that is a really nice pullback. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat. I'm getting me a trade today. I'm getting me one. I'm telling you right now. Alright, so there you go. You got the Qs holding pre-market lows, guys. Moderna getting spanked again. That's a nice bear flag there on Moderna. We could probably look for a nice little short on mRNA. But it's already moved a lot. It's already 29, 40. So AMD, that's a long tail on AMD. Look to see if we can take AMD back up to 170. Especially with NVIDIA going. That's what I'm going to try for. Alright, I'm going to try for that. Wait, did I just... Wait. Yeah, that was a mean reversal. Yeah, that's really low volume too. I really don't know what to do, guys. I don't know if you guys have any ideas of anything. I know Palantir probably looked the best. I was looking at some of the semiconductors like ARM. I did all this research. I was so... That sucks, man. It's just frustrating. It's already down there. Let me do this. 3 minute. Alright, so...
The all-new GoDaddy Arrow helps you get your business online in minutes with the power of AI. With the perfect name, great logo,
Alright, let's see.
Start with a domain, a few clicks, and you're in business. Make now the future at godaddy.com/arrow.
Okay, so ARM has had a nice pullback and hold. I was curious if it was going to reject 122, but it's testing yesterday's high. Keep an eye on NVIDIA and what it's doing. I think that's going to be your leader for the semiconductors, as it always is. All right, let's get with the program here. All right, let's get with the program. Meta 170. It's a possible low volume bounce. Get short there at 170. On SPY. Look at the cues in the market. It's just completely flat. It's just flat. It's so funny. All right, QQQ starting to make pre-market lows resistance. Let's go look at the heat map if it's up yet, because I am not. So a lot of things are green today. A lot of tech trying to go red, and you can tell with the way the Qs are acting. I might trade the Qs today, guys. I'm going to be honest. I may be trading the Qs today. Alright, we just filled the gap. We have a low down there at 452. Hold on. Let's be careful here. Let's take our time. Let's take our time. But we got a lot of sell volume here. There is a lot of sell volume. Let's see if it tries to put in a double bottom there. Oh, that's not the 20-day. Hold up. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hold on. I didn't have the 20-day on here. Because I was wondering why it was so dull. Alright, so that's the 20 days. Way down there at 448. I'm going to make sure I see that thing. So you guys can see this is a nice prior resistance level here at 453. You're at 455 right now. Let me do this. Hold on, guys. I'm just getting the SPY going here. Now that volume's falling off. Let's see here. I'm just zooming out so I can see. You know, I would honestly like a pop back to 456. We may not get that though because it made it pre-markets Wednesday. Tuesday. What is that? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So we're at Monday's, that gap fill from Friday to Monday. We're still stuck in that gap. Alright, so we're still stuck in the gap. And then that Friday low is at 452. I think people might get sucked into it. Let's see here. Let's see what happens here with this trade line. Let's see what happens. Bro, I really want to know what happened in my charts. There it is. It's getting ready to come. Like, it just looks weird. I'm sorry. It just looks weird in my view. It looks like this top right is very small. You guys know what I'm saying? Like, it just looks squished. 450, 487, 450, 489. I mean, I guess it's not, because that's a 10-cent move. Let's start to give it, let's let this give us, like, an inclination on, is VWAP going to hold? Is it going to turn into resistance? If we can, go to, like, right now I'm on the SPY. I'm watching, I have the Qs what you guys see, the QQQ, but I have the SPY to the right of me. And let's see if, you know, which, you know, the Qs have been leading us, and it seems like, I don't know what the SPY is following, is what I'm getting. Like, the SPY is up, like, the SPY would be up, is up here. You know what I'm saying? But I also don't have, that was probably the entry point there on low volume. Like, look at the Dow. The Dow's at low a day. The IWM is at kind of high the day. So, but you could get a nice rejection there at 204 possibly. So I guess watch the IWM. Yeah, look, the IWM is above yesterday's price action. Okay? So that's why the SPY is a little wonky right now. So you have the IWM above yesterday's price, and it's been selling off. And there you go. For anybody, did anybody get that QQQ short there? Microsoft turning around. NVIDIA acted like it wants to turn around, but it's not. Meta still bouncing to the upside. Coinbase pulling back off of 250. SPY bouncing. Trying to. Hold up. Is the IWM going? Yeah, look. The IWM's going to high a day. You should get the SPY going back to high a day at like 525. Alright? 525. So that's your indicator right there. Is the IWM. That's going to be your leader. And it's breaking out on volume. Yeah, that gap. That's a nice clean. That's a nice clean chart that the IWM has. That's a really nice chart.
Now that's better. TradePMR doesn't have a massive call center. Instead, your calls are answered by.
I really like the chart on the IWM.
And are empowered to help.
That's a gap up, a pullback to yesterday's high. It's probably going to 205. Oh, watch. Watch out. Be cautious. Be cautious. Just be cautious for these home sales.
And if you don't have the right partner, you just won't win. It's time to team up with a winning partner. Call Zenju. Let's get that win today. Zenju, the official bookkeeper and accountant for small businesses.
Let's say you run a small business and you want to help it thrive. Constant Contact has helped millions of small businesses get the word out. With marketing tools to help you create everything from emails and SMS messages to social posts and landing pages. Grow your business with Constant Contact and get loyal customers for life. Get started today at ConstantContact.com. Helping the small stand tall.
I mean, that's a nice test there on Palantir. He did reject that previous level there. Bro, come on.
An NYSE company, stock symbol CLD, CLDI is developing a new stem cell technology to treat this deadly cancer using stem cells and a therapeutic payload. Colidi Bio harnesses our own immune system to destroy cancerous cells while leaving our healthy cells unharmed. Colidi Bio, CLDI.
And I wish I was able to pull the trigger there. Look at Palantir go. This could be a nice trade. It could be. It's a low volatility type of name.
Swing into summer and save when you go pro.
I just wish I got a pullback and was able to get that entry at like 21. And I wonder if that's going to keep people from buying that also. Let me go back to the other charts real quick. SPY pulling back sharply. If yields are going to continue to rise, we should see tech pull back. So it's important to keep an eye on these yields. It's important. So yields are flat right now.
Technology that's weighing on the major averages. Salesforce is a big part of that story. I know you guys have been talking about that. It's down now 19.6%. ServiceNow, Intuit, Adobe, Oracle. All
yeah, Bitcoin's going, Ethereum's going. Yeah, you should get a little.
Before the GDP report, and that extended. We're seeing yields a little bit lower today, 4.56% on the 10-year. So still elevated, but 2-year yield stays under 5%. 30 minutes here into the trading session. Here are 3 big movers we're watching. Got to start with Salesforce because shares are plunging after its first sales miss since 2006. The company's forecast also falling short. We're going to break down the numbers with one of the street's top tech analysts later this hour. Find out whether it's a buying opportunity. A lot of big retail movers this morning, including Foot Locker, which is surging almost 30% now, posting better than expected comp store sales as the company's turnaround plan begins to kick in. More on the retail trade ahead on the show as well. And then keep an eye on shares of Disney. Nelson Peltz selling his entire Disney stake weeks after losing the proxy battle. Stock up a little more than 0.5%.
Busy morning in data between claims and GDP and now pending homes. Let's get to Diana Olick. Morning, Diana.
Good morning, Carl. Pending home sales dropped 7.7% in April compared with March. The street was looking for basic.
I just don't know, guys. I think
year over year. Now this count is based on contracts signed during the month, so at that month's mortgage rates, and that's your call.
I think it might be one of those days. I think we might try to look for a sell-off here.
And then just took off, hitting 7.5% by the end of April, with prices still climbing and supply very low, leading to increased competition. That jump in rates was a huge factor. Sales were down in every region of the country, but they fell the hardest in the Midwest and West, which is interesting because the Midwest has some of the
And what are we looking for? We're already down there on the lows of 454. Like, I don't know. Maybe you could look for like a 454 long unless it can break through there. I was just getting into puts right now. Here's the thing: is looking at the volume. I'm going for it.
Yeah, I mean, are the lack of activity, the negative sales that we're seeing,
What's today? The 30th.
going to have an impact on prices, or this inventory issue is still forcing prices higher?
You know, you would think so. That's how it usually works, right? Historically, but it hasn't been in the last year. And that, again, as you said, is because of the supply issue. Supply is leanest on the lower end of the market where demand is strongest. We are seeing a lot more supply on the high end of the market.
Might grab some dailies. Let's see here. I'm gonna, because I think we have a good chance. Some nice volume there on that upside move. Hold on. I just got to be able to keep track of what the other market's doing. Like the IWM, the SPY. Because the IWM, okay, so it's sold off. SPY.
I remembered, Carl, what you mentioned about David Rosenberg and some of the bears saying all the revisions are coming in lower. Well, GDP was down, so now it's up 1.6% instead of the first look was that it was going to be 1.6%. And if you go beneath the hood, consumer spending did get revised lower. So 2% growth in personal consumption. It was 2.5% prior, 2.2% consensus. So that is something to pay attention to as we wonder whether the consumer is really slowing. Now remember,
Proves us right a little bit.
proves us right, and also
Spent a lot
the
of time
companies.
talking about that.
All right, here we go. We have the trade line coming up. I'm going for it.
From the calls and the like from some of these companies in terms of
Just give me 1 second. I'm not in anything just yet.
After years of inflation, the highest interest rates in more than 20 years, that you would start to get some weakness in the consumer. The thing is, the job market has been on fire, and there are signs that that's cooling as well. We're going to need to see more.
I mean, because even if I can take this down to like
See that smaller GDP number, and it
that
wasn't
gap
so much
fill,
what,
which we already
22?
bounced off of today on lower volume,
Aren't that worried that it's recessionary.
that's a nice entry there.
Skewed by some big shifts in business inventories, and trade. I wanted to remind everyone of that because it's not like
Watch the SPY. If you're trying to trade the indexes, watch the SPY. Because the SPY is at these pre-market highs now.
so things
So
are going okay.
just hang on. It could wick up there. It's getting a tail now.
Consumer numbers. And then the only other
Let's see. Let it pick the direction.
also very bond friendly is the price
I think I might take it though.
to 3% versus the 3.1%, which was what is initially
I mean, even if I can get like a nice gap fill,
So
that would be
David, always
cool.
good to get an inflation number that comes in worse than expected, but it's still not at the 2% where the Fed needs it to
You guys can see we're still technically,
be. That's the thing.
yeah. So what does it all mean?
Patience.
was that 456? Yeah. Like, look at the volume that's coming in here, guys.
Elevated look. I'm really looking forward to a conversation today with
You know, it can obviously change in a heartbeat.
Economic Club of New York.
All right, that volume can change.
Market's
But
paying attention. He's always a voice, a big voice at the table, and always gets a vote. Also, this is really the last major Fed speech before the blackout period begins, where they can't speak next week ahead of the meeting on the 12th. So I'm interested to hear if he echoes more of the Kashkari.
I wonder if I should have.
To show that inflation is really coming down before we cut rates, or a less hawkish view of we're getting there on inflation and.
Okay, so we're above there. Let's go. So look, this is going to be a nice trade potentially setting up here for, especially on the 15-minute chart. Now, if you're a type that you want it like a dollar long, you're probably looking at that dollar long.
Look, we're also getting commentary from the companies. I did a special for Carl because the beige book I love, and in New York, they really went a little bit deep on the Broadway situation that I needed to get Carl's take on. So tourism is good in New York. Broadway show attendance continued to improve. While tickets for some shows were in very high demand, less successful productions have seen low attendance, and 5 Broadway theaters remain out of use. Did you know this?
While there's been a high level of inventory of Broadway shows this year, Brandon, am I right?
See if it's not going to make it support. Damn, I should have grabbed them at 17.
They're duking it out.
We've had an enormous number of openings.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
No. Come on. Just give me the 5 minutes, bro.
Facebook message was moderate expansion, moderate growth. Look, if you're worried about recession or inflation,
We have very low volume today.
you didn't see much. It was
That's so weird.
price increases, companies are having more
Today's volume is really low.
prices, moderate employment growth. I mean, it jives with the soft landing that I think the Fed and the bond market really want to see, and so today is a good day for all that.
Yeah, I mean, look at John Waldron of Goldman today presenting. Soft landing remains the base case. Blackstone's COO yesterday.
So I'm going to watch for yesterday's close and yesterday's low.
CRE spreads
That's what I'm going to watch for here. Let me go back to the other charts. Sorry, I was just messing around. So SPY's close from yesterday's around 526. So about the same thing, about $1 away. I have a position on some shorts, but I'm not going to take that. Or some puts, I should say, not shorts. Look, we're struggling. We're still struggling there.
Some are winners and some are losers. Here's the CFO of American Eagle, for instance.
Continued momentum similar to what we've been seeing. Yeah, pretty commensurate with the
I'm going to wait and be patient
coming into the second quarter. Very pleased with the start
here.
A lot of business ahead of us.
And then Best Buy, on the other hand, not as hot. Best Buy CEO said they've been in a tough category of electronic spending post-COVID, coming out of COVID.
I know it, you fucking bastard.
Continue to make
That's okay. That's a low volume pullback.
trading down in
That's going to just shake out all the longs there, guys. Because I was looking at this area here anyway at like
we did see in COVID
454. If you guys were watching, I was actually already pulling this level up.
has weighed on demand.
It's like, let's see. It's like,
And lower levels of material innovation has led to continued lower demand for
it's like 454.72-ish. You could see me pulling that up, like seeing like, hey, a nice little pullback. Oh, okay. Hold on. It's 1010.
which I think is great and very informative throughout earnings season. But it's part of it you wonder is it just execution? Although frankly, Best Buy actually executed.
I cannot see the comments just yet.
Comments in terms of the risk.
No, but a good example of that is Capri, which owns Michael Kors, which had a weak quarter, versus a Tapestry, which had a strong quarter, and they're trying to buy them because of that.
Should have taken those. They were 17 cents.
Says performance in the fourth quarter continued to be impacted by soft
But it's all good.
for fashion luxury goods. Didn't hear that at
It's
Ralph
all
Lauren.
good.
Didn't hear that at Tapestry. So you're right. It's not like if you're in one category necessarily you're a winner.
Meantime, markets are under pressure. Once again, Dow's down 358. We've kind of talked about why. Nasdaq's coming off the worst day since the end of April.
Microsoft just screaming to the downside.
5-week win streak. Nasdaq's
It's not a big move, but
S&P up more than 4. Just 4
Nvidia testing yesterday's high.
The rest of the S&P put together. Nvidia
Meta's just trying to hold on. It's not giving you any follow through. You gotta be kidding me, bro. Like what the fuck just happened? Well, there's about 100%. Motherfucker, yo. I should have taken those. I did not know that they would be that. They would pay that much. Just from 455, just $1.50 on that pop.
10% year to date. The year
Wow.
historically being pretty good. Is that a reliable thing to count on?
I think none of those anecdotes
So I was looking at the 454 puts. No, I had the 452s up. Hold on. Hold on.
under the surface. In the case of the
Yeah, 452s.
extreme, but you've had no more than I think a 7% drawdown at the index level. But the average member,
Yeah, my bad, guys. Yeah, 452. I didn't know I was that far away. I was wondering why.
35% in the case of the Nasdaq. So I think the real story of what's going on is not necessarily being told at the index level because of that bias up the cap spectrum, the Fab 4 contribution, as you said. There's so much churn and rotation going on under the surface. I think
That's so sad. I just missed that, guys. I should have taken that bounce back. Should have taken that bounce back. That was all ours.
Whether or not these drawdowns are called
I just got a little twisted on this.
at or above trend GDP
Look,
growth.
this was no volume. There was no volume on this pullback.
Seeing those things get
Nothing.
question.
And now it's starting to increase on the break.
parlor game that's going on still with regard to the Fed and when
Dude, they're 38 cents now? There's no way. They're over 120%.
But I think more important to the equity market broadly, but also
Bro, look at the volatility on these things. They're going crazy.
whether
40 cents?
getting a lift or
You could have just got those at 17 cents on this pop.
bond
Wow, bro.
receipt for the equity market right now. Now,
I knew it, man. I should have just fucking taken it. I should have just taken it.
prospects for Fed policy, those are connected, but it's that real direct inverse relationship
Unfucking
between bond
believable.
yields and equities, with the inverse relationship being much stronger as you go down the cap spectrum.
I was just waiting to see if we were going to go a bit higher and attempted to take that short up at 455.90s.
Really where the leadership has been defined.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened there for that to do that.
Specifically the
It's just that was our shot, right? You held VWAP. You got that little. So you guys have to understand when you start watching your moving averages like VWAP, you'll notice when it's resistance all day. Let's say you hit it twice, like you hit it this morning. You hit it at 10:30. It goes back at 11:30. You'll see that like when it hits it, it'll go slightly above it, and then just fail. And that's literally where I was like, bro, 17 cents. I really thought about taking it, and I'm looking at the volume. I'm like, maybe we want to go for a gap fill because I'm looking at the 15-minute chart. Like, hey, this could be a really nice,
communication services
you know.
doing well. You've had that
a really nice, like, just hold off a little bit before you get short. They may try to run this thing up, but no. But no, just out of nowhere. Fucking dickheads. God damn it, man.
Incredibly compelling as a driver of the economy, as a driver of productivity. I'm not sure you can quite quantify.
And I also did not realize that I was that far out, and that the deltas were obviously 50% of the price. So yeah, look, see, the deltas are 22 cents, and it's at 34, so it's a little bit more now that the volatilities came up. I just did not expect a freaking 100 and some percent trade right there just on that move back to 454. Probably look for, let's see, I'll probably still look for a, I don't know, there's just a lot of weakness. I would need a bounce back to trade line to try and get it. You got a nice, see it's misleading. You have this nice volume bar here on the 3-minute. So SPY is at support. Qs are back at, let's see, not quite at support yet. Like, I wonder if this is telling us here that we're going to get that gap fill, and we should probably look at some longs just to put some longs on. I might see. Listen, if I put a long on right now, you have to be comfortable with a bounce and to get short up here like 450 in case you get this rejection of that trade line and VWAP again, and you get the break of 454. You have to look at it from risk to reward to get a small long today, like a 458, 457, you know, which puts us damn near back at the close. They're 20 cents. You're getting a huge amount of volume here. The IWM is still kind of hanging on. I just don't know if we have enough to, you know, I like the short, but that's just me. You have to see it for rejection here. I don't know. Like, you would have to be prepared for those things. When you see these tails, you need to be getting in and looking for a bounce to VWAP, take profits at VWAP, and then see if you can make it free and get that follow through, or hold on to the rest of the day and be comfortable with losing it, or that you already have, you know, some shorts on to say, you know, no matter what, if we reject up here, like I just said, and we break this level, I'm making money. I'm not only paying for those calls, but I'm still profitable on them, right? That stuff is a little bit for somebody that's been doing it for a while. I'm going to be honest with you. All right? That's not something you should just do, because you'll find yourself... Because if you find yourself trading the same exact asset at the same, like, just both sides of the trade, it's not something that you should do. Because you'll find yourself just losing money on both ends of the trade if you don't know what you're doing. Because you would obviously have to be able to take that short off once you know and realize, hey, I got confirmation we are going to get that gap fill. I don't want to hold on to that put. You know, that's not how you hedge. I mean, you can. There's not one way to trade. There's not like a, you know, a blueprint, you know. There's not one like, hey, this is how it's done. You can do whatever you want. If you're making money, you're making money. That's it. But I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend trading the same security on both ends of the trade. Both sides of the trade. I was just saying, hey.
You can see the incredible growth this quarter is amazing. I mean, these are cash flow numbers that we've just never seen before. Up 39%.
Okay, so
to 6.247 billion.
I want to go back here. Let me pull up. See, look at the IWM is still at high a day. The Dow is down. Qs are just hanging on here. The IWM is at the high a day still. I should have taken that fucking Microsoft short. So this box here at 424 to 425 is where I was watching it. I have not even been watching Tesla. Come on. Alright, here we go. So now, do you see what just happened there on that drop? Now you have the Qs back in the lead to an extent. It depends on how you want to look at it. Between the Qs and the SPY. Look, Qs are still above that low a day. And look, the SPY broke it. So now is this that rotation that you're seeing to go test that gap? Let's find out. Let's find out. Because the Qs were leading us higher. Are they going to lead us into the gap? The only way to do that is to get that flip in the rotation. It flipped this morning. Now it just flipped right back. So let's see here. Let's see. Meta is just a piece of trash. Coinbase did not. Okay, hold on. That could be a nice little entry point on. That could be an entry point on Coinbase, guys. But I wouldn't trade it. I just don't think the risk to reward is there, guys. I really don't. Tesla got above 180. Whoa. Look at the volume on Tesla today. That's some nice volume. Some nice volume. I hate going back and forth. I really do.
And so we're in this digestion phase in software where we're still digesting these applications, and we're trying to extract the next value of these systems. So
okay, so pullbacks to 180. You get a hold at 180. You got VWAP there. That's actually, you probably have a 38.2 Fibonacci there as well. So there's a few things, and then add on some volume. You do have a nice little trade here, guys. If 180 can hold, look at that. You got multiple, see, look, you got multiple things lining up right around here at 180. VWAP 38.2, which is, you know, shows you that this is a pullback, not selling pressure, and that if we buy here, our risk to reward is really low because we should get another test a high a day. We're getting some low volume on that pullback. I might switch over to Tesla. I'm going to switch over to Tesla. I may go ahead and trade this, but I don't have a target to the upside, though. Does anybody have targets on this or anything? Because I have not looked at it in a little while. I mean, I'm sure I already have some. Oh, never mind. Look, that 100-day moving average is right there, and we know how it hates it. Look at that. It went right into it. That's all that is, guys. I wouldn't fall for it. I'll take that back. Unless you want to get a scalp to high a day, up to like 182, 160, 183, then maybe you got that. But I wouldn't fool with it unless you break above the 100-day. This has been a known resistance level. Look just on this here. 1, 2, and then this is the third time it's rejected it. This was some pretty serious volume today, though. Look at this volume. And look, it's already dwarfing what you have on the daily chart. Like, it's only been an hour and a half, guys. This thing may break that 100-day moving average. I gotta be honest.
Salesforce is shaving 346 points off the Dow. So
Such a great index, really works so well.
the statistically irrelevant
Okay, so
according to David, is lower, but so is the
looks like you got another shot to 183, and then you have a gap fill up there. I gotta be honest. I think Tesla could break above that 100-day. I just don't know if I want to trade it. I really don't. Yeah, look, they're quick to not. They're quick to not step in there and buy it. It's okay. You get a little consolidation down. I gotta go back to the Qs. I'm making my money today. I don't give a shit what nobody says.
SOBR, Silver Save, hitting new highs now, up about 4%, standing out here, Bravo Romeo.
But RIAs can. And when you're supported by someone who's faced them too, it's much easier. It's more than tech. Lincoln Service. What matters is having a custodial service provider who gets you and treats RIAs like they treat their clients. And
That's trade PMO. For decades,
I would hate to have an inside out day.
one of the highest performing investments. But for most investors,
I really would. I would hate for that to be the case.
Innovation Fund, you can invest in some of the world's top tech companies, including those leading the AI revolution before they go public. Now it's your turn to get in early and start building a portfolio of industry leaders, disruptors, and pioneers with the Fundrise Innovation Fund. The future is now open for investment.
Champion Iron offers a rare solution to decarbonize the steel industry, which
You have a few mean tails there.
global emissions. The company recently doubled production capacity at its mine in eastern Canada. It is now
Yeah,
investing to
455.
produce some of the world's purest iron ore, enabling green steel making without the use of coal. Controlling a large portfolio of high purity iron ore resources, Champion is considering strategic partnerships to further develop the region. Champion Iron.
Tick-borne disease affects
456. That's that 456 is a major level.
anemia.
Is it? Are we already pulling back?
A global problem growing at an alarming rate. Now 60 Degrees Pharma, stock symbol SXTP, is developing a new treatment for tick-borne
Let's
disease
see.
based on their FDA-approved drug for the prevention of malaria. If approved by FDA, this could help solve a global problem for hundreds of thousands of people. 60 Degrees Pharma, stock symbol SXTP.
The future is not just going
Let's see if NVIDIA can hold here and we pop up higher.
successful
Let's see.
All it takes is an idea. And now
Okay, so the SPY.
put a dream into a reality. The all-new GoDaddy Arrow. Put your business online in minutes with the
Oh
power
my
of
god,
AI.
you gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. You gotta be kidding me.
Shop the Tank, Tuesdays 9 Eastern. Don't miss a members-only event.
You want to trade? We may not be for you. You want to invest? Come to the right place.
Join the CNBC Investing Club to access Jim's monthly meeting. Go to cnbc.com/monthly meeting.
Dow falling nearly 400 points this morning. The Nasdaq S&P under some pressure. Mike Santoli's here at Post 9. We were just grousing about price-weighted indexes.
Yeah, I mean, the Dow is very distorted today, as you guys were saying. By the Salesforce move, it's a high-price stock down a lot. That said, enterprise software in general is weighing on the S&P as well. Microsoft, in particular, is a little conspicuous.
Give me a pop. I'm just gonna do it again.
Ran right into a barrier at the old highs from March.
If I can, man, I had it at 17 cents. 17 cents I had it.
After that, somewhat softer than expected GDP revision and some of the read-through on the price indexes, and what that has done is allowed breadth to re-expand, and that's exactly the dynamic we've been in for a while. Yields up, narrows out the market,
built up
you
77
kind of
BCF
retreat to the
in
higher ground of those companies you have the highest conviction in that can grow through whatever, and that's been an NVIDIA story. NVIDIA, again, this intraday move, there's this stampede of call option buying every single day. The dollar volume in stock is just phenomenally above anything else in the market, and it almost just wags the dog on a given day. But again, today is better breath, at least as a reprieve.
I can't believe, man. I can't believe it.
Poor breath market in the last several days, and again, we're kind of clenching up ahead.
All right, looks like Meta wants to bounce.
I know GDP is backward.
MSFT
Was a decline in goods spending.
was
for
the
sure, certainly
bounce.
durable goods.
Yeah, I mean, this is a quota that ended 2 months ago, and so you can almost take heart in the fact that, yeah, I guess maybe the companies were seeing what the broad economy was.
Just looking at what we have going on here. This is tricky, bro. This is such a tricky day. Because we open...
That's the support. That's not the catalyst to go higher.
And then just out of nowhere, they just slam it down. They do that here.
Time above 21 times forward earnings in the S&P 500, except for the pandemic and the tech bubble. So you have to have
Oh my God.
to try to pay more than that.
NVIDIA broke.
The average stock's a lot cheaper than that. People keep saying.
Bro, it's already up from fucking 27 to 28 cents. It's up 50%, just like that. I can't, oh my God. I'm not having a frustrating day. I'm not having it. I'm not doing this.
Adobe, Amazon, Oracle, some of these names, Salesforce.
8K, reiterate
Sometimes
Shut the hell up.
being AI stories, and sometimes they get hurt for being software stories, which is a story today.
What the
Nice
market
bounce
has
at
been telling you for a while
525.
is what it really sees clearly is the infrastructure build out in terms of AI capacity and even in industrial capacity, production.
It's not interested in the consumption side. It's not interested in the old favorite, which was annual subscriptions, and the software model is so sticky, and you have to pay a high multiple for that. Disruption creates disrupted companies, and that's, I think, what the market's trying to reckon with.
Yeah, and Mike, I'm just curious, do we have any statistics on how many days have been NVIDIA is the market days versus actual market days?
It's certainly been several this month, I would argue, and it's sometimes NVIDIA along with the fellow travelers of maybe it's Broadcom and Dell or Supermicro on a given day. But, you know, as Carl was mentioning earlier, it's massive divergence between the S&P and Dow. A lot of it has to do with NVIDIA. NVIDIA is responsible for more than a third of the market cap that's been gained by the S&P this year, and NVIDIA is not in the Dow, as we all know. And so that seems to be
84 BCS.
They just want people to buy.
Takes effect, and they just panic basically and feel like they have to have it. It's also, by the way, the second.
I swear to God.
Rating in the S&P ahead of Apple right now because
There they go. Ready to slam it back down. Still holding.
Tomorrow, right?
it is the end of the month tomorrow, and I don't know exactly how that plays.
Natural gas
You know, one
futures
thing the
bulletin
S&P has been flirting with this
$2.57.
5250 level. That was the March high.
15-minute chart. Even though I already have a 15-minute chart.
Below that, the
5-minute chart.
to get a little more, maybe a little more volatile, twitchy.
Mike, thanks. Mike Santoli. 15 retail names have reported in the last 24 hours. We're going to get you some of the key headlines along with some top picks from one analyst who says to bet on names like Ulta and DKS when we return.
Sorry, I know I'm quiet. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do here. I'm trying to let this market show me what it's going to do, but it feels like it's just going to stay quiet. I'll be honest with you. I feel like it's just going to stay right in between here, and I'm going to waste my time watching it. Palantir is still locked under pre-market, or that, 2130 level.
It was just a regular cybersecurity Monday. That's me. I'd seen
AMD.
or had I? What was this AI treachery? I needed some help. Good thing I knew someone. Or something.
Glad you called, Jay. It's time for an upgrade.
Awesome. My path became clear.
No, I'm not in it yet. Not yet.
I knew what
I just don't trust it. I feel like they're trying to suck us into this level, and I don't trust it. I'm just being honest. I don't trust it. Might break, but I'm going to lose my shit. They rally it, they slam it down. They rally it, slam it down. What time is it? It's 10:30 already? You got to be fucking kidding me, bro.
Tracy, who oversees finance and accounting, and Mark, who delivers our sandwiches. What's up?
Hi. Why is Mark here?
You said to get this murdered, and I should ask Mark.
Markham. I said ask Markham.
Told you, dude. I was just in a business meeting.
Ever wonder where the people with all the answers get all the answers? Ask Markham, accountants and advisors.
Thinking about selling a house?
That's it.
We buy houses in any condition.
And look, you see how those things did not pay? You just got all that movement to barely get 7 cents on 30 cents. Versus when we were getting in it up there at 17 cents. 17 cents to 40. And you just barely, you started to just get some movement. That's why I don't want it. It's not paying. They've already jacked them up. So, people are probably not seeing that right now. Understanding when you're paying too much, right? The only way to really understand that is to go back and look at high and low. There's a couple different ways, but look at that. They made 8 cents on 30 cents when we just took it from we were getting ready to take it on that bounce at 17 cents to 40 some cents. And all we did was get right through VWAP. This was the move. Right there. That move gave you right here that pop above VWAP and then the break below it back down to here. that was 17 to 40, and you just went from 30 to 36, 37, and you just fell 454 to you just moved a dollar. The dollar here at 949 at 950 to 957 was damn near 200%, if not more than that. They're not even getting 50%. So I'm not encouraged to grab puts here, especially on lower volume. That's what, and you're seeing the volume slow up. 453 looks like an area on the cues. 453 to 452. Put a little box there. Just as like a zone. Like, if you're buying it at 29.30 cents, you got to get to 60 to get 100%. Like, there's a continuation trail. That's a continuation type of trade. It's not paying, though. It's just not paying.
Rapid fire through all of this because, like you said, it's a lot. We're going to start with Foot Locker, which is soaring after the company reported better than expected earnings. The sportswear and athletic footwear giant also reaffirmed.
I don't know. I gotta find something.
Progress on its turnaround plan and the upcoming summer and back-to-school shopping seasons. Those shares up 27%. Birkenstock also trading higher to start the day. The German sandal maker topped expectations and raised its annual revenue forecast as it sees strong demand from consumers and wholesale partners as well. Birkenstock shares up 9.5%. One outlier to the downside is Kohl's. The department store operator delivered a surprise quarterly loss due to weaker consumer demand for apparel and footwear. Kohl's is also lowering its annual forecast, so those shares are down 25%. Burlington Stores is next. That stock is higher after handily beating earnings estimates alongside slightly better than expected same-store sales numbers. Those shares up nearly 19%. And then Dollar General has been moving between gains and losses as investors digest a mixed result. The retailer gave disappointing earnings guidance for its current quarter, though it follows a solid beat last quarter. The company also reaffirmed its full-year guidance on balance, those shares down about 4%. And we'll end on Best Buy, which is now higher by about nearly 10% following the earnings beaten up.
I can't even think of some of the names we were watching. Micron getting smashed. Tesla right there at 180.
Some huge swings in those stocks. Dom, thank you very much. Our next guest has a buy rating on Best Buy, $90 price target. Joining us now is Michael Baker, D.A. Davidson Senior Research Analyst. Before we get there, Michael, what a picture. So Kohl's is down 25%. Foot Locker is up 28%.
I have way too many levels on this thing.
The consumer right now.
Two things I'd say. One, to us, the consumer sales and spending is slowing. Best Buy, the stock is up, but as Dom said, they did miss sales, and just some of the monthly retail sales numbers we get, we are seeing a slowdown. Year-over-year growth in retail sales has been about 3% or so year to date. That's below the pre-pandemic average, which was usually in the low 4s. A lot of moving parts between the late tax refunds, the early Easter, the leap day, etc., weather. But generally speaking, we are seeing a slowdown in consumer spending. What it tells you about the stocks is it's a stock picker's market. I mean, those moves are pretty variable and a lot up, a lot down. Even this morning, as I look at my list here, we had 4 companies miss on sales, 3 companies beat on sales. It's really sort of all over the place.
And Dave and I were talking about execution. I mean, it really comes down to who is understanding their consumer right now. We saw that with Abercrombie, for instance, in a big way. So how do you pick the winners?
I wonder if you're going to get a bounce back to 450 there.
Best Buy, perfect example today. Again, missed on sales, but they beat on margins. Gross margin.
IWM is still holding up really nicely. The Dow's starting to make some progress, guys. It's not putting in new lows anymore. So that's a good sign. You guys see that?
They were able to say that they're going to be at the high end of their profit guidance for the year. So that's all about execution. So in a lot of ways, you're betting on the management teams, as you said, who can figure out how to manage through this environment. Another name.
I think I'm going to go take it. I'm going to look for a bounce. Even though the Qs could just sell off. Jesus Christ, you piece of shit, motherfucker. That's all good. I still don't think it's worth it. I would actually be upset with how these puts were paying here versus literally right here, that break above VWAP and that pullback. That took you from 17 cents all the way up to 40 cents.
We would put Alta there, and the stock has underperformed year to date.
Just under 200%. So you're not even, you just made it 100% if you bought it at 29.30 cents. Those puts. So don't feel too bad. Tesla pulling back. NVIDIA really selling off, guys. And really selling off. But you got a little support level here, which I expect might break. Watch that 11:30. Remember, it's Thursday, so you know what happens on Thursdays. Everything likes to get smoked. Coinbase. You know what? Let me look at Coinbase real quick. Yo, those spreads are nasty, bro. That's crazy.
$2 better in terms of monthly payment improved, but it's not getting any better, substantially better. But the numbers from Experian, I love these numbers because this is what we are seeing when people are going out and they're financing a new auto loan. Experian says in the first quarter, generally speaking, the average amount just over $40,000 was financed, just over 67 months in terms of how long you would take to pay back the loan. And your average monthly payment, when I say, Sarah, better, it was $738 a year ago. So, okay, $3 less per month. But we are seeing the pace of sales. We're going to be at the best year since 2019. That's good news. Having said that, look at the average number of people who are paying more than $1,000 a month for an auto loan. 16.1%. That is stunning, in my opinion, 16.3%. A little bit better than last year, but this is a reflection not only of pricing on vehicles, which has slightly come back a little bit, but it's the cost of financing. I mean, even with a new car loan rate, and the average, I think, was 7.3%. That's the average. I mean, it's just, this is what you pay now if you were buying a new vehicle. Hasn't hurt the auto dealers. I mean, look at these stocks over the last, since the beginning of 2019. That's been the business to be in.
Pretty strong numbers given that incredible increase in monthly payments. Not to mention, by the way, all the other costs that we talk about so often, including, of course, auto insurance.
Yeah. You put that all together, what you are paying every month for your vehicle it's well over $1,200, $1,300. I don't know what the exact average is, but you bring up a great point. Auto insurance is through the roof, especially on a newer model. And if you're paying over $1,000 a month,
is there a ticker named Fuck F-U-C-K? Because I'll fucking trade it.
I mean, it is a reflection of the times we're in. Why are we seeing headlines like car makers dangle big discounts as inventory swells?
Pull back, NVIDIA, pull back.
That increasingly, where people really want vehicles right now is that lower end mass price, 45 and under. And the automakers, they're getting there because of the greater supply of chips, but they're not moving fast enough, in the opinion of many people. And when I talk with dealers, they say the same thing over and over again.
Wait. They just went from 140. These spreads are so big. I may go for it.
I want this vehicle. Can I get the mid-trim? Not too many people buy base models, but they want that lower priced trim.
I was just thinking about the Texan thing the other day. You mentioned David with Elliott, right? And car makers and getting those analogs into lower price models.
Yeah. What was the inventory glut? Now it's no longer the case, but yeah.
And it's certain brands, certain models. Jeep. I mean, the Journal had a great article about the dealers complaining about the inventory of Jeep models that are on the lot right now. And this ebbs and flows. Some brands, they keep pumping out, and they're not going to bring down the discounts until they're forced to.
Phil, thank you.
Good to be here.
Always good to see you here.
Good to be here.
Yeah, great. All right, let's switch gears for a moment, although we'll kind of stay in auto land really a little bit. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has agreed to testify in the ongoing SEC probe over disclosures related to his $44 billion...
Sounded like one of them just took a shit on the mic.
...refused to attend an interview in September. He said the SEC then was trying to...
Into lower...
But apparently he has not agreed. What was the inventory glut? Now it's no longer the case, but yeah.
And it's certain certain
shit,
brands,
my
certain
bad.
models. Jeep.
Listen.
I mean, the Journal had a great article about the
shit
dealers
getting in my-
complaining about the inventory of Jeep models that are on the lot right now. And this ebbs and flows. Some brands, they keep pumping out, and they're not going to bring down the discounts until they're forced to.
Phil, thank you.
Good to be
And
here.
Always good to see you here.
Good to be here.
Yeah, it's great. All right, let's switch gears for a moment,
Here.
although we'll kind of stay in
Hold on.
Autoland really a little bit.
comes.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk has agreed to testify in the ongoing SEC probe over disclosures related
it might have
to
been him
his
taking his
$44
stuff
billion
off.
takeover
fault.
of Twitter. Now, Musk
He's probably taking his mic off. My bad. He didn't take a shit on the mic. He didn't take a dump right on it and hand it to somebody else to to talk into. Yeah, here's my mic. Here, yeah, put this on. Yeah, put it up close. Nah, I didn't take a shit on it. Alright. Anyway. Damn, that's brutal. Let's look. Let's look and see. Let's see. 452, 60 bucks, 60 cents. So you just did all that, right? Here's a good look at options for you. Look at it right now. Those other people that just came and left, this is why they lose money. You see this big move that the Qs just did? Right where this pop is right here, we were like, 29 cents. You could look for the pop, you know, get some memories, get some calls. We could get some puts here. That way, if this level does not break anyway, either way, look at this, 29 cents, 30 cents right here. 454, 58. You bought puts at 29 cents to 30 cents. Maybe you got them at 28. You did this whole move to go from 29, 30 cents to barely 60 cents. You barely got 60 cents, right? And we literally, the first pop, it might have been the second pop. I'm sorry. This 10 o'clock move, right? Right there. That right there, that bounce was 17 cents. And you didn't even make it like to like, it was like what, 254 to 40 some cents. So understand your option price, because really people are all god and happy about this move that they made here, when really that was actually a shit move, right? It really was. You just went 254 to 250, 250, and you only made 100% when the prior move just moved $1 and you got just under 200%. Know the high and low of your options and know what it is that you're paying for them. I will be pissed right now if I had to sit through that move and I got maybe 50%, 100%, because of the stress of being in it. Like, okay, it's like, you know, so it might be best to wait for a little bounce back. May not happen. It may just sell off all day down here to 252, but I could not get short again when I'm paying 100% from what I was just about to buy. So you may feel differently. You guys may feel differently, but I don't. This was the move to trade right there. Those guys, they just got 200, just under 200% on a $1.50, or not even $1.50, but like a $1.25 move. That was the trade. All right, so Qs should bounce here. You should get a bounce back to VWAP. You should start to bounce back to VWAP. Little longs to VWAP. Let's touch in on the SPY. I'm going to go probably step outside real quick. The Dow's making a higher low. The IWM's making a higher low. So these are some names that are starting to try and fix themselves. So there you go. The IWM making a new high. Alright. Maybe we could look at like KRE, JP Morgan. Where's OJP at? Still sitting in this consolidation. That sucks. Feels like it's been here for a while. I was thinking about this short down to 230 on Coinbase for anybody that wanted it. It's too high now. I feel like. Oh wait, we're at what? 239. I mean, they're really pricey. That's the thing. They're still pricey.
Story in town. Who would have thought? Utes, as they say.
Just look at those spreads. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. Gotta buy it closer to the money. What a fucking day, bro. Oh my god.
And I guess in this set of memorandum of understanding, a lower rate structure. Can you talk about the construction and what it means?
Let's see if Mario can get a bounce.
This is a period of growth, and the comments that you had leading into this, we're seeing growth everywhere. Artificial intelligence data centers being part of it, but frankly, at Duke, we have
Come on, Spy. I want to see if we can get a nice bounce back, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, Palantir is getting some tails in right there. Oh wait, no it ain't. No it ain't. Is it?
So as we face this growth and have an opportunity to work with customers like Amazon and Microsoft, Google, Nucor, an existing customer, all of them existing customers of Duke, we began talking about partnership. How can we not only power this growth, but also help these companies achieve their clean energy transition in a way that is affordable?
I wonder if this is a Bible dip right there on Palantir.
To the table and lower cost. So I think it's an extraordinary opportunity where innovation and growth are meeting, and we're excited to have.
I'm not giving up though.
Ways to accomplish their objectives and frankly Duke's
I'm
objectives
not giving up.
building clean energy.
This would be the area right there. It feels like. I mean, I could think of a couple, but I would look for that 2120 to see if you could get that area to hold.
And we see it doubling by 2028 and probably doubling again by 2030. As I look at the growth,
I would like to see it bounce. Start bouncing.
It represents 25% of our growth. Those other items, chip makers, battery manufacturers, the onshoring of U.S. manufacturing is also contributing to our growth. So it's important. It's growing. It's beyond what we've seen in decades, Carl, but it represents a piece of what is already a growing list of industrial and, frankly, population growth. It's also
I mean, I gotta say, that 21, that low 21 area, this is a nice area to be buying pullbacks on Palantir.
Which is investing $10 billion with Brookfield to develop renewable alternatives for powering data centers. So do you have a sense of just how much money we're talking about?
Here, I think we're early in the process. You should think of this as a framework.
I think there's too much selling pressure there. I might go step outside. I'm really frustrated with today. Really frustrated with today. I didn't lose any money. I haven't made any money. I'm just really mad at myself for not grabbing that 17 cents Q put. I was trying to be a little too patient, I guess. I just didn't expect it to just get slammed. You know, this is what it is. Sometimes it's like that. You know, trading's not gonna be perfect. I was really confident in that move, though. I was really confident. So now you're underneath of 454. Look for that level to be resistance now. All right. You could look for that to be resistance. But again, the volume is very low. Look at the volume. Look at that volume. Look how low that is. You guys probably can't really see it, but yeah, like look, this is a high volume day, right?
Reliability Council of Texas, ERCOT, which said, over the next several years, mostly due to the potential demands of data centers, they think there could be a looming grid disaster in Texas. So I'm curious.
You guys see what I don't know. Maybe it's a little more, but you should start to bounce back to that level and start to get an entry soon on the Qs, like soon. I'm gonna try not to give up on this, but I'm really just really irritated with what happened today. I was right there for these son of a bitches. Like, I could be done for the day. And the thing is I feel bad. These people that got short on that second down, they did not get paid. They didn't. They didn't get paid at all. They paid up 100%. Um,
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
I don't know. It's just whatever.
Well, we had a massive run for shares this year as investors get bullish.
Like I want to step outside real quick,
But that said, some are calling it
and I'm going to
AI
here in a
fake.
minute.
Let's get over to
So watch NVIDIA. NVIDIA is trying to hold up, but it's also the same. Just because it's holding up, it's also not getting away and off of that level. Maybe give it a couple minutes. Maybe look for that higher low at 1141 or so. Tesla just rear flank draft, just boop, V shape, bounce backs to pre-market highs at like 178. You could look for rejections there, like to get short, I guess, or buy puts, whatever you do. Fuck, yo, I had that shit right in my back pocket. Could have been done for the day, done for the week, done for the month. That would have been a really nice. Would have been a scalp, but that'd have been a hell of a scalp, man. That candle was huge. I don't know.
Secondly, Microsoft AI PC announcement last Monday with Qualcomm helped the PC refresh cycle sound more convincing.
Coinbase, I was looking for like the 50-day moving average, like 234. I think you're paying way too much for that now, so I wouldn't trade that. I think a lot of these moves have gotten away from you. Yeah, there might be a little more meat on the bone, but you'll have to just decide for that on yourself. Look at the ATR, see where it's at compared to like its usual high and low. And if you got a few dollars still left on the trade, then that's up to you. I don't know anything else. Moderna's kind of just hanging on. I don't know why. But let's see. I kind of want to watch Palantir. So there's the Q's bouncing right now, which we said we would look for the bounce.
Exactly. So let's blame NVIDIA for any losses in the market and nothing to do with inflation or anything like that. But just
I was trying to see if we could get a bounce back to 150 to see if we could take a short there and see if it would bounce back to reject it, but it opened up at 150 and then just fell. So, that's up to you if you want to try a long from 145 to 130. I don't know. I gotta try and find something though. I do. I was wanting to trade. I was looking at ARM as well, kinda, because of the setup. It looked like it was a nice short, and then it broke above that level, and I was watching the Qs and stuff. So this one I missed. I like this one to the downside, just to get back down to this level. If you see here on the hourly chart, it put in a really nice retest of this 121 pre-market. And then just briefly got up it, and then just rejected. So
as you might expect, the next hour will cover very closely, and of course the broader market as well.
I don't know what else there is. If anyone else has any ideas, I could look at like McDonald's. I have to just look at HD, BA, Disney.
Is this your dream of retirement? How about this week deal? I like fishing. Or is this a little more your style? Retiring well isn't a guarantee, it's a goal. It's easy when markets are going up. But what about when they're not? That's why you need this. Call for Fisher's retirement.
Yeah, I'm gonna go step outside real quick, and then I'll be right back. Watch Disney. Watch Disney there at 102. Let me look at let me see if I can find something. Like, I just don't know I don't know what to trade. Palantir's doing a good job of holding. I might try and take this Palantir trade. I may actually try it. I can't believe Meta, guys. It finally gave us that trade. You guys know that I've been wanting to get that trade off from like 178, 180 down to the low 160s. You guys know I brought you that trade Monday. And if you don't, I have. I've been really watching this thing. Monday, Tuesday, and then or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it finally gave it to us. So the thing yesterday was, if you look right here, look at this, right before the close, literally right as we started to close, it broke that level and bounced into it. You had to get into it. You had to just take it. I've noticed that's what they've been doing with Meta is the very beginning of the day and the very end of the day, they've been like just flipping it. Like I wouldn't call it what's it called where people think it's like rigged or whatever. But they've definitely been like making it hard to trade for sure. Manipulation, I guess, would be the word. I don't know.
$2.544 million versus the 400,000 expected. Gasoline a build of 2.022 million versus the 1 million expected. Crude volatile here right now at 78.87, down 35 cents. So ticking a bit higher on that larger expected draw on crude.
Plus, when actions speak louder than words, polls may be showing that Americans are downbeat on the economy, but their spending habits suggest otherwise. We break down what consumers are saying versus what they're doing.
And the CEO of Okta offers some upbeat guidance and an upgrade from Evercore.
Fuck.
Good morning. We're 90 minutes into the trading day. Welcome to Trading 360. I'm Nicole Petalides, live on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. So glad you are with us. We have a big show for you. Today's show in our 360 Spotlight, we're talking to the president of Charles Schwab Corporation, Rick Wurster. He'll tell us all about the new mobile app rollouts, the future for Schwab traders and clients. Don't miss it. Our 360 round will break down the rally that we've been seeing in HP Inc. after its earnings. And here's a look at the markets under pressure here. You can see some down arrows. The S&P is down 25 at 52.41. The Nasdaq is down 0.75% at 18,587, and the Dow down 1 full percentage point.
I would like to get long JP Morgan to break that level, but I feel like this
points.
is a
I mean,
tremendous bear
Salesforce
flag
is
there.
really the name that's weighing. You have ServiceNow, Hormel,
fucking screwed.
Agilent, Intuit. These are some of the names weighing on
I
the
feel like
indices
it's
here.
the end of the day.
The Russell gaining. Oil and gold
That's it.
mixed. Oil's at
Sorry for
78.68
the
the
language.
barrel. That pulls back. And gold gains. It's at
Passionate
23.42
about
a
this
troy
stuff, like I
ounce.
said.
The dollar 105.61, and Bitcoin 68,350.
That's all.
For a look at some of the top moving stocks in today's market, I'm joined by Jenny Horn,
wanted to
markets
trade
correspondent
Coinbase,
here on
but it's
Schwab
way
Network.
too-
So
like, that
I
move's
just
already
mentioned
over.
it, the big loser, Salesforce. What are people talking
All right,
about now when it
Palantir.
comes
Let's
to
see if we can throw the
Salesforce after its
Palantir trade
earnings?
on. I'm gonna go
I know,
for
Nicole,
that
and I will say this is somewhat of the story of the day because Salesforce, I think for a while, has been seen as this massive growth engine in the overall software space, but definitely seeing a different tone from a company that was the once, at least in my mind, crowned somewhat of the M&A king, but that's not really been its recent story. And I think that you see a revenue miss for a company that it's its first miss since 2006. That would make you say, wow, something going on that makes us, gives us reason to be concerned here, frankly. Earnings per share did come in slightly ahead of forecast at around $2.44 a share versus the $2.38 expected. But revenue was again that key miss at $9.13 billion was what we saw as far as the results versus the $9.17 billion expected. That did also mark about 11% growth. But they did see their budget scrutiny over some of these longer deal cycles than usual this quarter. And their president and co-operating officer did say that overall management did implement a lot of these changes to cut overall into their bookings. But all 5 of Salesforce's product areas did contribute to the growth in this quarter. Revenue, though, specifically from their professional services and other categories, did fall about 9%, and it did also miss what the street had been expecting as far as expectations. They did lift their overall earnings forecast now for the fiscal 2025 year, and they also did reiterate a lot of their revenue targets now for the remainder of next quarter as well as the next fiscal year. But I think what we're seeing with Salesforce is a sign of this sort of shift out of a lot of the enthusiasm we saw with some of these software companies into the hardware players. Like obviously, NVIDIA is the biggest hardware maker of them all, and that's been a point of strength. And Dell, another name that has been a point of strength in hardware. But software, it seems like, is right now sort of getting ahead of itself as far as like how it actually is contributing to AI. I don't discount that AI will be important to Salesforce, but I also wonder a little bit here if it could start to question its business model if you have all these AI sales assistants that are basically taking the place of some of their jobs. I mean, that's a little bit of a concern, but seeing obviously a pretty sizable move today, actually pacing for its worst day on record since 2008.
I wonder how she got her TSLA.
All right, thank you for all of that. Yeah, this is a tough day. And all the cloud stocks and AI and just it just all sort of is intertwined throughout all these articles that I'm reading. Thank you so much, Jenny Horn. This as Salesforce is down almost 21%. Let's get some insights, the news shaping the markets. For that, we welcome in Patrick Healy, in person, President and Chief Investment Officer, Caliber Financial Partners. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Nicole.
And so, look, I mean, we're getting earnings, and much of the earnings, and many of which have been winners. But this name, for example, Salesforce down 21%. How did you feel about earnings season so far?
Excuse me. I think the earnings season has largely been mixed. There's been some good results, and you've seen stocks rally as a result of that. But as you pointed out today, Salesforce has taken it on the chin, and they missed pretty badly. I think some of the AI and cloud stocks have really kind of run pretty far up into earnings season, and unless they really beat and announce guidance that's really aggressive, you're seeing some of those names being taken down.
Yeah, understood. You know, while tech is down, real estate, utilities, industrials leading the way on the sectors that actually are pulling out some green. I mean, what do you do when you look at the different sectors now when you're trying to put together an investment strategy?
What's up, collector?
Yeah, it really depends on the interest rate cycle we're in, right? And the names you just pointed out are more defensive: utilities, real estate. They've largely lagged in this market cycle, but on a day where risk on is trading off, there's a sort of a flight to some of that quality and safety, and that's why you're seeing some of those names pick up. Again, it depends on interest rates. I think utilities are a much more defensive sector. Real estate, it depends on the property types and the geographies. But I think there's largely been expectation around the Fed kind of easing on interest rates, and that would be favorable for a sector like real estate.
Understood. And so in the big picture, when we think about what the Fed may or may not do, there's so many concerns about inflation sentiment when you do a lot of surveys and such. It's something that's bothering investors and folks in general. Where do you think we might be standing on the world of inflation, what the Fed may or may not do?
Yeah, so it's not just bothering investors, it's certainly bothering people when they're going to the grocery store or filling their gas tank. But from an investment standpoint, you can tell that the market is really trying to anticipate every move that the Fed is going to make. They're picking apart every piece of testimony, every interview that's done. They're combing through sort of the economic data that's coming out on CPI or PPI. Trying to front run that a little bit, and when they don't get the number that they like, that's when you see these sell-offs and these exaggerated trades. The jobs report has largely been strong, and so I think that's giving the Fed cover to keep rates higher for longer. But at some point, we're going to need to see a rate easing cycle, and I think the market will respond very favorably to that.
Understood. And overall, when we think about rate policy, Do you feel like when we think about, housing, where prices are still very lofty, if we're going to be in the higher for longer category, mortgages and such, and the labor market, I mean, so far, are we seeing some slowing?
So in terms of home prices, they remain elevated largely because there's a shortage of supply in the marketplace.
Yeah.
I don't think there's nearly as much turnover as there has been when we were in an interest rate zero cycle, because it's difficult to sell a house where you have a 3% mortgage and trade into another house that has now a 7 or 8% mortgage. You can't buy the same house. Or the same size house. But in terms of the jobs report, it's been mixed and choppy data. You've seen strong numbers come in, but then the next month you'll see a revision done that knocks that number back down. But unfortunately, the market's already on to the next cycle in terms of economic data, so that largely gets overlooked.
And then also, I mean, you do think going forward, you feel positive. I saw 2025 you thought would be good news for equities. You also like digital assets. Explain that.
Sure, I do. I think by the time we get into the end of the year and really the first half of 2025, we will see an easing in the interest rate cycle. That will be good for all risk assets, certainly for bonds, certainly for equities. And yes, I think digital assets have really started to enter the growing up phase in terms of the SEC has approved a couple of different spot ETFs between Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think that's largely been well received by the market. I think regulation is starting to come into place, which is much needed, and will sort of normalize that space. I think that's good for investors, and it will create more enthusiasm and fund flows into digital assets.
Yeah, understood. When you think about Bitcoin and Ethereum and things like that, is there a place for that in everyone's portfolio? Only certain people? What are your thoughts there?
I think there's starting to be now that there are vehicles to be able to put that into portfolios. The ETF is a whole game changer in terms of opening it up to the wealth management division, where you can now put retail clients in. Institutions now have a little bit more of a pathway in terms of regulation. And so I think that will only grow. I think it's become, unfortunately, a little bit political. I think if you ask the SEC behind closed doors, they probably would have punted on approving the Ethereum ETF last week. But I think there's a lot of demand among the younger generation, and they vote their conscience. So yeah.
Patrick, great to see you. Thank you for being here live at the New York Stock Exchange. Patrick Healy of Caliber Financial Partners. Thank you. Plenty more to come here on Trading 360. Up next, it's the big three. 3 stocks, 3 charts, 3 trades. Ben Lichtenstein will go through the technicals. Scott Bauer will take us through the trades for Taiwan, Semi, Uber, and Wayfair. That's next here on Trading 360, right here on Schwab Network. We'll be right back.
Missed out on today's market headlines? Get caught up and catch the wrap at schwabnetwork.com. Available anytime, anywhere, on any device for free.
Welcome back, friends. Glad you're with us. Welcome back to Trading 360. I'm Nicole Petalides, live on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. It's time for the big three. 3 stocks, 3 charts, 3 trades, and Ben Lichtenstein will take us through the charts. Here to take us through the trades, Scott Bowers, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy. Good to see you both. Scott, before we get to the details on your trades, how are you feeling overall about the market?
You know, I think the market is expecting the worst, and I think that we're going to get some data tomorrow that will ease some investors and market participants' fears. It really seems to me like there's a little bit of angst out there. Even though VIX is not trading, on a historical bay high, it is up considerably from just where we were last week. That's all the rhetoric this week of higher rates. But tomorrow, the PCE number tomorrow, that's going to be a big indication of at least where the market may be headed. And I think we're going to get a very friendly print.
Well, at the same time, I know you're watching some of these semi names, Taiwan Semi. You also had NVIDIA and AMAT on your mind, but it looked like you want to jump in on a pullback. There is opportunity in this group. Taiwan Semi is your focus name today. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned NVIDIA and AMAT also. NVIDIA, the train has left the station. Obviously, on a big pullback, I'd be interested. Same with AMAT. TSM, though, Taiwan Semi, that's the one that is kind of presenting the opportunity now. Now, the 148 level, which is a little bit below where we are right now, that's really the area that I'd love to get in. But, we haven't seen many pullbacks recently in any of these semi stocks. And when there have been them, and they have been few and far between, they've been buying opportunities. So I really like the opportunity to get into Taiwan Semi. I'm looking to probably jump that level a little bit, not waiting till 148. And the way I'm going to do that is by putting out a call spread, by buying a call spread. And I'm looking at going out really just about a month from now. So the June 28th expiration, it's the 155, 165 call spread. Probably do that for about $2.50, $2.70 or so. That way, it gets me back into the name. It looks for that rebound. My risk is completely limited. What I like about that 148-ish area is you've got the 50-day moving average right there. You've got a gap fill right down there. So I think you're going to see a lot of volume and a lot of buyers come into the market if it gets down to that level.
Yeah. I love seeing the SIBO so busy and packed. I mean, forget about work from home. Everybody's back in action. Yeah, it's looking great there. Let's ask Ben some of your thoughts on Taiwan Semi.
Yeah, my eye was drawn to the 148 area as well, so I'm not surprised to hear Scott talking about that. Wanted to begin with some of the recent price activity because we have seen some weakness over the last few days, some selling come into play. I've got a granular more intraday time frame to start things off with here. And to take a look at our chart on TSM, you can see it has been and continues to be in a bit of a downtrend that's been playing out. Shares were topping out recently last week around 163, all the way back down to 153. So giving back about $10 of the rally we'd seen into the month of May. So off those recent highs, you can see top left, bottom right, not what the bulls wanted to see. I took a step back, though, because here you can see, again, why Scott's eye was drawn to the 148 level. Now, we're going to look at this hourly candle chart through a couple different lenses. But first, I want to just point out bottom left to top right. So here's where that trend up environment starts to come into play, that argument for the bullish narrative. We looked at that weakness on a more short-term time frame. And here's where that 148 level comes into play, because if you look at it through this lens, we're kind of balancing around 156. Now, the other way of looking at this is kind of on a more granular basis, and this is to kind of break up these areas here into two separate areas of consolidation. That being the case, this is not necessarily what the bulls want to see, right? This move back down below and through 154, because that was a key area, kind of a footprint that the market left us on that path up, and after consolidating around 160 again. Simply put, this selling not what the bulls want to see, but possibility that we're stacking up for a longer term buy opportunity, because take a look at this chart. I mean, here we've got daily candles going all the way back to the lows that we saw back in the fall of last year, and we're in a well-defined trend up off that low around $60 recently to just shy of 161. Currently in balance here on the daily candle chart, and this is around this 140 level. So there's some room for it to come off here still and still be in this up pattern right now. I think it's going to be key to watch right now, or over the next couple days here, and see how this stock holds near these upper levels. But yeah, still a longer-term bull pattern playing out.
All right.
Okay.
Go
all right, so you're watching the same levels,
clear.
and I know you want to get in on a pullback like that. Scott, final quick thought there.
Yeah, until the trend of the market changes where, you know, buying some of these dips, buying these pullbacks stops working, I've got to keep doing that. And that's why I always use it with options, because my risk is 100% limited.
Right, understood. All right, next up, Uber. It's at $64.73, well off the $82 high. Where do you think this one's headed and why?
So similar to TSM, I love the opportunity to get in on a pullback, and we're not real far away here, Nicole, from the 200-day moving average, right around 63.5. So that's going to be a very big area for this stock where buyers should step in. If they don't, this thing could head down into the mid-50s, maybe even a bit lower. But I love the opportunity here. Now, unlike TSM, in Uber, the options are actually extremely inexpensive. Implied volatility is very inexpensive. So I'm looking for an upside play, but I want to buy myself some time. So what I'm actually doing here is I'm putting on a strategy called a diagonal call spread, where I'm selling an option, the 70 strike call that expires in just a few weeks, and I'm buying the 65 strike call out a full another month from that, all the way out to July expiration. So that not only gives me time, but it allows me to buy some really, in my estimation, some very cheap premiums, very inexpensive cost to do that. Again, 63.50 is going to be critical. I'm looking for a bounce there.
Yeah, look, I mean, it came a long way, you know, from the $40 range earlier in the year. Let's hear what Ben has to say about the technicals on this chart. Ben.
Nicole, another stock where I was kind of drawn to the same area. I'll show you what I'm talking about, the daily time frame. And another stock that's showing a similar pattern, right? We've got some more intermediate short-term weakness, but this longer-term trend, it looks like, still intact. So not surprised to hear Scott talking about looking for buy opportunities within this pullback. Let's begin there with the pullback and how it wasn't and isn't necessarily what the bulls wanted to see. You can see, again, over the last couple of weeks, stock coming off upper levels here. We're talking up around that 73, 74 high to recently back down to, well, we'll call it 62, 63. So again, a bit of a bearish pattern, top left, bottom right playing out. As we step away from this more granular time frame, a 15-minute candle chart, you're going to see a similar pattern playing out as we look at an hourly candle chart, going back to the price activity we've seen since the beginning of March, end of February. Stock was trading up around 82. And again, not what the bulls were looking for here in terms of this pullback, but this is a stock that's been in a longer-term trend to the upside here. And so, again, I'm not surprised to hear Scott trying to look for an opportunity to participate in that. Now, here you can see the significance associated with the sell-off, but you can also see the key area around 60. Scott was talking about, I think, 60, 63. So what I'm seeing is a move off those March highs around 82 again. It's somewhat counter-trend. But it still looks like that longer-term momentum to the upside here, as long as you hold above that balance area that formed into the end of last year, beginning this year. It's right around the $60 level. Scott mentioned the 200-day moving average. We are working our way back down towards this level here. You can see momentum not really providing a lean one way or the other, but yeah, a significant pullback, but in this longer-term bull trend, maybe just an opportunity to get involved here and finally participate at a lower level.
Yeah, and look, if you look at 1 year, Uber is up 72%. And I wonder what Lyft is doing. I'm just curious, 78% in 1 year. So they've both made their shareholders happy. Final thought here, Scott, and then I want to get to Wayfair.
Yeah, I think it's an opportunity to get in on a real nice pullback. I mean, the run up that we saw to 80, 82, obviously in hindsight that was way too fast, too much, too fast. I think this is a great opportunity. There's a technical reason to get in. Again, doing this with options and doing it with options that are very inexpensive.
Okay, last but not least, Wayfair. What's interesting is a lot of the retailers have really shown that the consumers can be quite resilient, but they're very particular. So do you think Wayfair is a winner or a loser?
And the answer to that is yes. And the reason I say that is because where the stock is trading right now, it really is, quite frankly, in the middle of no man's land. And I think it's ready for a big move one way or the other. It's, I think you look technically at a chart here and you can say, yeah, it's right at the 200-day moving average, but to me, it's ready to explode one way or the other. And the fact that, again, like Uber, option implied volatility is really cheap. That allows me to buy some premium and look for a move in either direction. I can see the stock heading back down to 50, and I can see it heading back to the high 60s in a pretty, short time frame. So what I'm doing, Nicole, is I'm buying the 55 put and the 62 strike call. I'm buying both of those. I can do that for about $3.50. What I need to happen is a big move in the stock. Again, it doesn't matter if it's up or down. But to me, the technicals really show here that we're kind of in the middle of no man's land. And the fact that option premium implied volatility is very cheap allows me to put this type of position on to buy both sides.
Yeah. So the answer is yes. I liked that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a good response.
Exactly.
Ben,
I will say, as a side note,
Look,
I'm here in Chicago. Yeah. Wayfair just opened their first retail location, just outside of Chicago in the suburbs. What a winner! So is that going to materially affect the stock?
That.
No, not at all. But it was really fun going in there.
Look, maybe that format, I saw it on the Thinkorswim. It said Wayfair opens the first large format store in Illinois. Yep. And, maybe people like this large format store. It's actually in Wilmette, Illinois.
Exactly.
It's 150,000 square feet, houses 19 departments of home products such as furniture, decor, appliances, among others. I mean, this format is sort of a test, I think. If it is monumental, they may do more like this. Ben, tell us a little bit about the Wayfair store.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear you guys talking about that store. And I think more importantly, Scott, I'm sure you would agree, aside from just the location and being able to go and physically see some of these items. CCJ. I mean, Nicole, this is right alongside a major highway into the city here, coming from Wisconsin, the Milwaukee area. So, I mean, it gets a lot of exposure, to say the least, and even myself included. I mean, I'm looking forward to going to this store just because I drive past it so much and the enormity of it, and it just is so luring and enticing. It really just welcomes you in. So, but the stock price has been coming under pressure here as of recent. So maybe not necessarily a reflection of that enthusiasm and the anticipation associated with the Wilmette store. But let's take a look here. First and foremost, at a more granular look at the price activity. And then again, as we have with the other two examples, we'll work our way into a bigger picture, because I think that's where Scott's talking about that kind of consolidation that we've seen and why he thinks we're going to see a big move one way or the other. In this instance, we're building momentum to the downside. So I would argue that that big move could come to the downside, because you've got a well-defined trend lower playing out here across multiple time frames. We're looking at a price that's a stock that sold off from 65 down to 58 recently, and really no rejection of these lower levels, just kind of hanging out down here and consolidating. So let's step back. Another situation where we've gone from 5-minute to an hourly candle chart, and almost an identical depiction, right? You can take a look here along the way as we've come off. You can see some areas of consolidation where the market's gone a bit more sideways relative to that high conviction. These big red candles where you get these breakouts to the downside, but along the way, again, top left, bottom right. So trending lower here across multiple time frames. Let's take a step back. I want to show you again. This is what I like to think of as like a pop bottle that's being shaken up, right? I remember as a kid rolling this A&W bottle across the ground, right, with my friend. We were just kind of rolling it between us a few feet, and eventually the pressure built up so much it was The top blew off and everything was a mess, to say the least. Look, take a look here. Around 58 is where we've been consolidating. So, again, not surprised to see Scott looking for a breakout one way or the other, because eventually that does happen, and we've been building up. Taking a look, kind of zoning in on that last year's worth of price activity. Speaking of a build-up, look at where we are. Right on the 50, right on the 200-day moving average, smack dab in the middle of the range that we've been in. RSI not really providing a lean one way or the other, but this is what I'm talking about. Look at that momentum lower here. These big red candles as we work our way through the middle of this range. Ultimately, as you know, I always say, Nicole, it opens up a door for a retest of the most recent lower extreme. That's the October lows. We're talking about down around that $40, $45 level.
Palantir can break above there.
All right. Thank you both so much. And don't try that at home, kids, that game with the A&W can. That's just for Ben and his friends. Thank you, everybody. Scott Bauer, Ben Lichtenstein. Appreciate it. Coming up next, a very special interview. Rick Wurster joined us, president of Charles Schwab Corporation. He talked about new mobile app rollouts, the future for Schwab traders and clients. We'll be right back.
Ameritrade is now part of Schwab, bringing you an elevated experience tailor-made for trader minds. Go deeper with Thinkorswim, our award-winning trading platforms. Unlock support from the Schwab Trade Desk, our team of passionate traders who live and breathe trading. And sharpen your skills with immersive online education, crafted just for traders. All so you can trade brilliantly.
Young lady who was mid-30s, a couple of kids, recently went through a divorce. She had a lot of questions when she came in. I watched my mother go through being a single mom. At the end of the day, my mom raised 3 children, including myself. And so once the client knew that she was heard, we were able to help her move forward. Your client won't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Cut the cord on the way you get market news. It's Market on Close. Join me, Oliver Rennick, for the biggest earnings coverage and insights from the smartest minds on Wall Street. Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, available anytime, anywhere, on any device for free. Only on the Schwab Network.
Welcome back to Trading 360. I'm Nicole Petalides at the New York Stock Exchange. We have a very special guest with us. Rick Wurster is with us, president of the Charles Schwab Corporation. So glad that you are here in person on our set. Glad that you're here. We have so much to talk about, and the integration is number one. The last few folks from Ameritrade went over to Schwab. How would you say this integration went?
Well, I think overall it's gone exceptionally well. We've brought over 17 million clients, $2 trillion of assets, and we've done that flawlessly to the penny. And we've created a platform that's now as strong as it's ever been, both for our advisor clients and for our retail clients. The power of the acquisition to me is the fact that we now have the best trading platform in the world through Thinkorswim and everything that Ameritrade brought. And we combine that with our lending, our banking, our wealth, and advice capabilities from Schwab. And now our platform, we think, is unrivaled. So it's really exciting to have this acquisition done and behind us.
Yeah, and you know, from what I understand, everybody talks about this integration and looking at the different features and putting the best. They still have Thinkorswim. They are using that, and they get the best of what Schwab had to offer at the same time. And so with this, all this transition of these funds, 401ks, retirement funds, various assets, but you're really catering to all kinds of clients, right? You have investors, you have traders, right?
Absolutely, and we think our trading platform has never been stronger than it is today, because we take everything that Ameritrade had to offer, including this channel, which we love and is a great way to engage and interact with clients. We take all the research that Schwab had. We take the trading venues that Ameritrade had and combine that with Schwab, and our trading offer, we think, has never been stronger. In fact, we on a daily basis do 2 times the number of trades as the second largest trading competitor that publicly reports trades. So this is the place to trade, and we're excited about that.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's been written up. This is about the future of the clients, what a Goliath of wealth management Schwab really is. I mean, this is what you care about, right? I mean, to get this right. And really, May 11th, 12th, I think, was the last of the most complex traders and clients that went over to Schwab, right?
That's correct, yeah, and we're seeing great engagement from them. Actually, we're seeing trading activity from clients that have been converted to Schwab has increased about 20% since they were converted. We've seen $60 billion of new money from Ameritrade clients come over after conversion. And we're seeing client promoter scores, which is a measure of satisfaction. 2 quarters after Ameritrade clients have been at Schwab, their satisfaction's up 30 percentage points. So we're seeing terrific engagement from clients that come over, and it's wonderful to see.
Yeah, and as I was looking through, and I think about, someone coming over, and there was a lot of skepticism, of course, right? Oh, how's my kids going to work over there? And it did. And you have 24/7 chat support and all kinds of live market data, research tools, and these features and functions that are a collaboration from what you've heard from the clients. I like this feature, I like this function, let's, get this all in one. And the enhancements that are happening, tell me a little bit about several of the enhancements that you have now bringing to life for the traders.
Absolutely. Well, I think we have done exactly what you said, Nicole, which is try to bring the best of both firms' capabilities to the client. There are some cases where we've heard from clients there's things we can improve upon, even from all the work we've done to get where we are today. And the primary area where I think that's the case is our mobile app. And our mobile app, if you look down the App Store at the time of the acquisition, our mobile app was rated 4.8. Ameritrade's was right around the same. Both really highly rated apps, but built for different purposes. The Ameritrade app was largely built for the trader. The Schwab app was built for more the general investor who wanted an entree into all that we had to offer at the firm. And so as we move forward, one of the things we're really investing in is to make sure we bring all the power of the Ameritrade app for traders into the Schwab app. We've made a number of enhancements even this week, including a new feature we rolled out this week to close and roll options to make that experience a lot easier. That's a home run for clients because it takes what used to be 8 clicks on our Schwab app down to 1 click. And so you'll see a lot of those things come out as it relates to streaming of data, which we've heard loud and clear from our Ameritrade clients that they want. The way they see positions, the dashboard is something that's really meaningful to Ameritrade clients, something they loved on the app that we're now incorporating into the Schwab app. So there's all kinds of enhancements coming. We want to make sure we really deliver for our former Ameritrade clients for their needs, and we're trying as hard as we can to do that.
And look, I'm sure you're closely tracking that transition of those clients and how that's going. I mean, you made the point about volume and the daily trading volume. And people are trading, right? I mean, it's great. They're engaged. And look, we had a tough month in April, for example, but a market that's been hitting new highs. So they're engaged in trading. The volumes are looking good, right?
Yeah, it's been a resilient market. And it's a market in which our clients are engaged. When we look at our Schwab Trading Activity Index, which we call our STAX Index, our clients have been net buyers of equities. And when we look at our sentiment surveys, while bullishness isn't at the peak around the equity market, it's still at high levels and well above where it was the last couple of years. So we really are seeing significant engagement in the market. You see it in our daily average trades, which are remain at strong levels. So our clients are trading, they're active, and they're participating in the markets.
And I think that the STAX report, with its proprietary data, we can see what people are buying and selling. And in that last report, folks, NVIDIA, AMD, SMCI, Amazon, Microsoft were some things they bought. They sold Disney and PayPal once again, trimmed exposure there. And also sold off some Exxon, Devon, and Oxy because, look, energy did well well, and they probably took some profits.
You're at
When I think
19 to
about the
20 now,
bullish
or
sentiment,
just
it may have
worse.
dropped off a bit,
So you'll
but
probably
people
see
are
some
still
profit
very
taking.
engaged. Overall confidence is very high,
it's
and
a
this is
little hard for
according
me
to
to
some
just
of the
pay up
surveys that I
100%.
read through. They
CCJ's
plan on
climbing up and
allocating
out.
more money to single stocks, more research. So maybe they're not leveraging as much, but they are in.
Absolutely.
Right? What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's great. The main thing is we want our clients to be engaged,
There's a lot of
and we
good
want them to
setups. If
own
you
their
wanna pay
tomorrow.
up for 'em, that's up
And
to
I
you
think the
guys, but with
fact
the
that they
market
are so
pulling back
engaged in the
like it is,
market
I'm good.
and the market's held up and
All it takes is a smack out of the
encouraging
market
for our
to pull
clients.
everything right back
Look,
down.
there was some
And that's
concern
where you gotta
about
be a buyer.
inflation.
Yes.
I don't think that's a news flash. Quarter over quarter, that jumped to 19% from 9%, but the whole world's waiting to see what the Fed will do. And this is just part of the volatility that we see and concerns, inflation, stagflation, all of these types of things. When I think about bringing these folks over and the strategy of doing so, it must have been so complex. I can't imagine how, what went on with the team to do this so meticulously and seamlessly.
Yeah, well, I think what we did was we took 4 years to try to bring together the best of both firms to our clients so that we can serve them and fulfill our mission of helping them in their financial life to the best possible that we can do. And it was complicated, but we took the time to do it right. It was the most complex, the broadest integration in the history of our industry. We brought over watch lists and positions. We brought over a cost basis. Historically, when integrations like this have been done in our industry, they flip a switch, they move the client over, and one day you're the client of Ameritrade, and the next day you're a client of Schwab, and all your data is erased. We didn't do that. We tried to bring over everything that the client loved at Ameritrade, including all the data that they had about their trading and their history, and bring it over to Schwab. And I think that's made a real difference in terms of our retention of Ameritrade clients, which has been quite high and well above our expectations.
Oh, that's a big deal. I mean, because that's part of the recipe, right? You got them over, but then you have to keep them. And to your point, they're doing more. When I think about just the big picture, they're really getting access to, as I mentioned, the 24/7 chats, all kinds of education, financial literacy now versus 10, 15, 20 years ago, so different, right?
Absolutely, and actually financial literacy is a topic that at Schwab we've been engaged in for years. It's been a real passion of our founder, Chuck Schwab, and his daughter, Carrie, have made it a real effort to try to make sure that particularly young people in our country are educated about the financial system. And it's striking. I think they've found it striking. I find it striking that in our high school education, it's not very common to have a class on finance. And so the more people get engaged in markets and in their financial future, the better off they're going to be. And we want to do anything we can to add to that.
Yeah, and just a final thought just about how unique Schwab is. And I know you care about the clients and their future. And when we look at this, 17 million accounts, nearly $2 trillion in assets. This was a $26 billion deal that was announced back in 2019. I mean, it took so long, but that was because they cared to do it right. I mean, we haven't heard any, horror stories or anything like that. It's been all good news. Just some final thoughts, Rick, because I know everybody's trading. They're into AI, and they're watching inflation, but they're seeing the NASDAQ and the S&P at new highs. It's been an exciting year. But maybe some final thoughts about just how happy you must be that this is done and now moving forward, as you said, new enhancements and everything.
Well, I am happy because it was a lot of work and it went really well. But I'm also happy because, to me, now the fun part starts. We get to take this platform where we've brought the best of Ameritrade and the best of Schwab together and offer it to our clients. And our mission, the reason we work so hard, is to make a difference in our clients' financial lives. And by having the strength of what Ameritrade has always had, particularly on the trading side, and the strength of what Schwab has in terms of our investing, our wealth, our lending and borrowing capabilities, because we have all that in one place, I think we can do a better job helping clients in their financial journey than we've ever been able to do. And so the fun part starts now, taking that all to clients and helping them get to where they want to be in their financial life.
Yeah, and it's exciting to hear how they're using all the features and tools and functions and learning more and engaged more and more volume, trading volume, and a lot of great stories behind this. Now we look to the future.
way you
I'm Nicole Petalini. Diane King Hall is with us. So glad that you are here, responded to talk about Kohl's.
Yeah.
And I saw Kohl's down, what, 20? Some of these retailers are doing well. And other
two retailers this earnings season, performance ever in terms of its share price. You're seeing
Kohl's.
Yeah.
And I saw Kohl's down, what, 20? Some of these retailers are doing well, and other
two retailers this earnings season, performance ever in terms of its share price. You're seeing share 25% at the moment. This comes after a double miss when we're talking. Its guidance, it's expecting full year net sales to between 2 and 4%. To $1.85. That is much lower than expected.
I don't know what's going on with it. I really don't. I'm not sure what's going on. They might be working on. We might
really
lose the stream
struggling.
again.
It talked about the consumer messaging about a choosy consumer, but
is particular in how they balance
absolutely
the books overall. Diane King Hall, it's great to see this unexpected loss from Kohl's weighing on that stock. It's down. Well for that company. We'll look at that. Tech, Trading 360, back.
Be part of the latest commodities action on Futures with Ben Lichtenstein Network. Available anytime, anywhere, on any door, free.
Understand the world through their lens and invest accordingly. You can call us Christmas Eve at 4 o'clock in the morning. We're going to always make sure that you have all of the financial tools and support to secure your financial future. That means a lot for my community and for every community.
download the Schwab Network app and join us to follow all the market trends. Schwab Network is available anytime, anywhere, on any device for free. Schwab Network. Ethan, how's my favorite client?
Great. I started using Schwab investing themes, so now I can easily invest in trends, like wearable tech.
Trends? All that research sounds exhausting.
Nope. Schwab's technology does the work. So if I spot an opportunity in robotics or pets, I can buy those stocks in a few clicks.
Can't be that easy.
It is with Schwab.
Schwab investing themes. 40 customizable themes, up to 25 stocks in just a few clicks.
It's time to look forward.
Find the next trend.
From every click to every tick.
There's no fear of missing out on next-gen investing.
Available anytime, anywhere, on any device for free. Empower your portfolio with the Schwab Network. He's Alex Coffey. I'm Jenny Horn. Join us for Next Gen Investing.
1 p.m. Eastern, only on the Schwab Network.
Welcome back to Trading 360. It's time for our 360 round. Want to talk to our panel all about HP after its quarterly report. Olivier Blanchard is with us, Research Director at Futrim Group. Melissa Otto is here with me on the desk, live at the New York Stock Exchange, head of TMT Research at Visible Alpha. Thank you so much. So we look at HPQ stock, and this is a big move. It's up 17%. Melissa, I'll start with you. Some of your thoughts.
Thank you. First of all, HP put up a very decent quarter. Personal Systems, the surprise probably was around the revenues. They came in better than expected. And then in terms of printers, revenues and operating profit in line with expectations. The guidance also in line with expectations, a narrower range. But the commentary that came from senior management was broadly constructive.
All right, Olivier, some of your thoughts.
Yeah, so no surprises on the printer business. It's still a struggle, even though HP has really good solutions. So I think it'll come back. But right now, the upcycle is with Personal Systems. It's PCs, right? We're coming out of the slump. The recovery is starting to show some resiliency, and I think that.
We're back in Beverly Hills. And there's.
All right, follow me down the ramp, and I'm going to have you park your car.
That's a crazy
be careful. Do not curb. I mean, don't hit the middle.
What?
I'm giving you a warning.
Don't hit the middle.
There's a thing in the middle when you go down the ramp.
Oh boy. I was gonna follow you, Ryan.
Yeah.
There's a thing in the middle when you go down the ramp. He says, "It says stay to the right." What's the thing in the middle? Oh, there's a curb. There's a curb in the middle of it.
So you can park in the corner over there to your right, or you can follow me down.
I'll follow you down.
All right.
There's a huge curb right there. Do you see it?
I do this like easy, but yeah.
Holy crap, there's a huge curb on this side. There's a huge curb in the center. Well, you can easily curb your wheels here.
Yeah, but I'm a pro.
Yeah, I see that. A lot of people have curbed their wheels.
Oh, people fucked up their whole car.
I took my shoes off, Ryan. Why are you weird about shoes? Holy crap, you have quite the shoe collection. That's a lot of shoes. I mean, you're not quite at Skinny's level, but... Dude, it's a lot of shoes. This place is cool. There's like concrete floors.
Very LA
little kitchen.
Vibe. Like
little cactus vibe. Yeah, lofty. So people don't know, but explain what Ryan does to make a living to be able to afford a 600 LT and a Huracan.
He sells window tint.
That's literally what he does. Now, you would think Ryan would have some big store if he had two Super. Show them his store.
This is a multi-million-dollar company right here.
Ryan makes all his money to buy all his shit selling window tint out of his condo in LA. I kid you not. So if you want to know what it takes to make a supercar happen for you, or if you want to know what it takes to make some bank, you just have to hustle, man. If you can figure out how to sell something, you can make money.
So this is a side window?
Yeah, so how does this all work? Explain it to us.
Side windows.
So side windows?
Front windshield or back windshield.
Okay.
And then you unroll it.
Yeah.
My dad made me this thing.
Yeah.
And I unroll it to here for a measurement.
This is the measurement?
Yep.
Okay.
And then it goes from here to my putting on my sticker.
Yeah.
And then from there it goes to this. Already prepped tubes that have all the stickers on there.
Okay.
Says the name. Put it in here. Then it goes over there and then to the post office.
Copy and paste it.
So this is all right now. This is all orders to go.
No, that's what I have to make.
Oh, these are empties.
Yeah. Well, it's the weekend, so and it's a long weekend. Yeah.
It's cool, right?
Do you know how hard we were making videos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Ryan doesn't make the money we make.
That was still those.
But he's doing really damn good.
I'm making it.
You are, dude. I appreciate the hustle. This is Ryan's dog.
This actually is really cool unit. Doggy. And upstairs is your bedroom?
Yeah, you can go look.
Let's go to the bedroom.
Oh boy.
Turn the light on at the
How crazy is that?
Where's the camera?
You might be buying tint for your car from Ryan's condo in LA.
It's actually clean and nice.
Oh, Damon, check this out.
Yeah, I know. He's got some cool photos.
That's him.
I know it is. Before he got all his face tattoos removed. By the way, Ryan loves his dog. This one's one of my favorites.
There's 2 bedrooms up here.
This is cool. Very LA loft. That's dope. So there's this, then there's a restroom, and a shower. How much is this place, Ryan?
3,000.
What? $3,000.
For California prices, that's really good.
Yeah.
Then he has this little hangout spot.
Yeah. With those little collectibles.
He is living the life. A lonely life, but the life.
I don't believe that. I don't think that's crazy.
He's got a Ferrari club?
Unless he's been there for a while.
This is cool.
A tour of Ryan's.
Ryan's a big Dodgers fan. He goes to a lot of games.
We've never been to a Dodgers game. We should go to one.
He's actually invited us a few times. I always turn him down.
Pikachu?
Honestly, really cool.
It is cool. Ryan's sock collection.
Socks. Adidas, of course.
This is cool. Well, now you guys know.
Where Ryan sleeps.
And how Ryan makes his money.
And where he cries.
Exactly. So if you want to copy his system.
How we're gonna do it.
Yeah. So with no marketing, nothing, how much have you made in a year?
500,000.
$500,000 USD.
USD.
That is insane. Dude, you know how hard people work to make 60, 70 grand a year?
Like hard.
Like hard.
Like you're privileged.
They don't go drive around their supercars all day. Oh, what car should I take? What shoes should I wear? Come home, throw a couple of things of film into some cardboard and ship it out.
But he's been at it for a long time.
He has been at it a long time. He has a huge clientele base.
You bought Awesome. So it's already an established business that you took.
By the way, Ryan turned all the lights off for mood, so I had to turn my light on my camera.
I mean, it's been 6 years.
Ryan, he's dirty.
Oh.
What is Ryan doing?
My mom actually bought me that.
Why do you stay so skinny?
I'm not.
you.